Yo, what's going on, YouTube family? It's your boy Tre Hendrix here, and I'm doing a reaction to looks like Houdini and the City of the Fallen Rappers, in the City of Fallen Rappers. As y'all know, I've been reacting to a little more Toronto-based artists recently. I'm totally new to the Toronto scene. I'm not familiar with any of them besides like the big mainstream ones like Drake, Tory Lanez, Nav, who else? Party Next Door, Weekend, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's all I know. It's pretty much the mainstream people. So, so they told me, hey, yo, react to this. This will give you more understanding of, what's it like, what's going on in Toronto as far as like, the scene wise, and like all the politics and other crazy stuff. So we gonna get into it. It's a longer video, so I ain't gonna hold y'all too much. Just the only thing, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and tell me how to react to next. You know what I mean? I think y'all are really enjoying me reacting to these Toronto artists. I'm getting like the most engagement, all y'all commenting. I had a dude in my DMs who specifically told me to react to this one. You know what I mean? He followed me just off my channel and wanted to make sure I react to it. So salute, bro. All right, so let's get right into it. I'm kind of nervous. We're gonna see what's good with it though.
You become a target. Not only you're a target, you're rapping about these people. Your house is 10 times the size of their house. That would make me dislike me if I was on the other side.
DJ Vlad always be posting that interview too, that clip of that interview where Boozy pretty much saying like get killed in your hometown or your biggest haters be in your hometown. That's a fact. You know what I mean? You would think they'll show you love, but nah, they just be really hating, bro.
I don't need you, all I needed myself. I wasn't asking nobody for help. She wanted me cause her name ringing bells. Designer the jeans or designer the belt.
He was just like my favorite rapper, literally of anyone. He was my favorite.
When you really think about it, yeah, most artists do get killed in their home city. And why do you think that is?
Hatred. People looking at you, saying, I wish that was me.
Bullets sent many fleeing for their lives here on this stretch. Now, the 21-year-old has been identified as a popular Toronto rapper.
All right, we got to talk about the Houdini story.
All right, I know it's only a few seconds in. I'm gonna stop pausing it, but that holds some weight, especially like always in your hometown. You're gonna have the most haters, and it's crazy because okay, I'm American, y'all know that, but like I don't think of Canada or Toronto as being active like that. You know what I mean? Like that's just me because I'm not in there. I think this video, from how it sounds, is probably going to change my perspective a little bit. But yeah, like just from me going into it blind, if you tell me, hey, yo, is Toronto a safe place? I'll be like, yeah, it's Canada. You know what I mean? Like Canada dudes ain't really active like that. But I feel like I'm about to be proven wrong, but we'll see.
Right, the jealousy and hatred rappers gotta deal with in their own home city is terrible. And that's a fact in every state in America. But one of the most violent cities right now for up-and-coming rappers to make it out of is Toronto. And people don't realize this. There's a reason Toronto's becoming one of the most surveyed cities in North America. It's looking like Beijing. They're getting cameras everywhere. Only Atlanta, Chicago, and DC got more surveillance per person. And that's because of the ongoing gang war that's been escalating for years, right? It's literally hunting season on rappers. And that's exactly what happened to Houdini. Houdini was sitting down with record labels in LA, New York, collabing with Pop Smoke. This kid was the real deal. Until a couple weeks ago, he was brutally shot and killed in broad daylight in the entertainment district of downtown Toronto. And this shit was surgical. They used Glock 9s with 30-round mags. They took advantage of corona.
That's a freaking hit. That's a hit. No way. First of all, I've never been to downtown Toronto, but first of all, downtown of any major city is going to have the most cameras. And if you're going to do that in broad daylight as well, that's an organized hit. Because nobody would do that shit. Like, I could see someone dying in a robbery gone wrong or some other shit like that, but getting killed in broad daylight in the downtown area of the biggest city in freaking Canada, that's a hit.
Corona season by wearing medical masks to hide their faces. There was a 6-year-old kid that got caught in the crossfire dodging bullets.
That has a high capacity magazine. It's a 30-round magazine. And as this unfolds, I want you to pay attention to the little boy that ducks into the vestibule here.
The whole thing was nuts, right? And the city is shook right now. Now we're gonna get into all this, but before we do, my song of the day today is none other than Houdini himself. Let's go.
Me and Kelly money music, that's like VVVVs. Told that bitch to hit the deck, get on her knees. I got numbers of the Fed saying freeze up in my sleep. I look to why would you run? We got
Good die young, man.
I
R.I.P.
got bustle on the run who ain't tryna be seen. Used to flipping the whole bag, nothing quicker to the fiends. And I've been through a lot of shit, but Scotty giving me relief. And I told a little hoe, can't finesse me for my cheese. No, got wash tires, get a little nigga knocked off for free. Yeah, and please don't mind.
I mess with it.
For the industry.
Alright, in order to understand this story, we gotta focus on one hood in particular in Toronto called Driftwood, or Northside Jane and Finch, and this is where Houdini's from. Now they're by far the most influential in terms of music in the city, but they're also a notorious Crip faction, right? They beef with pretty much everybody in the city.
There's Crips in Canada? Damn. It's just, okay, so for y'all don't know, I live in Southern California, Orange County, adjacent to LA County, and y'all know Los Angeles is like the gangbanger capital of the United States, you feel me? So it's hard for me to picture, oh my damn, obviously there are Crips and Bloods and other sections everywhere across the states, but even crossing the state lines to Canada, that's crazy.
To the south of them, the south side of Jane and Finch, they bang Blood, and that's their direct rivals. The lowest income neighborhood in the city called Regent also has tension with Driftwood, stemming from rap beefs and rap killings. And another area called Rexdale has been Driftwood's rival for
Hey, Rexdale's where Nav is from, right? That's where Nav's from, if I'm correct.
damn near a decade now. So they beef with everybody. Now in 2015, Driftwood kids kinda instilled the Chirac music vibe up in the north, in Canada. They were putting disses to rivals in their tracks and talking about the stuff they were doing in the streets in their lyrics.
If you diss my niggas, then you know we pulling triggers. Late nights with them killers, we kidnapping drug dealers.
Now that song is Robin Banks featuring Pressa. Pressa is one of the few who actually crossed over to the mainstream American scene, and he's actually living in Cali right now in a nice mansion. His rap career popped off for him, but before all that, he was involved in a case where he allegedly kidnapped 2 drug dealers, moving them around from location.
They really getting active. That, first of all, thank y'all for telling me to react to this, because I would have had no idea like what was really going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know the gangs and the politics was really that crazy in Toronto. You feel me? Like, that's just me being an ignorant American, yes, but I don't know. It's still hard to get my, head around that.
To location, holding them for ransom until eventually forcing them to give each other head in front of everybody. 2 dudes. That's crazy. Now, Pressa was later cleared of those charges and granted the
I gotta rewind that. Wait, I'll make sure he didn't say what I thought he said.
You know we pulling triggers.
Maybe I heard it wrong.
With them killers, we kidnapping drug dealers.
Now that song is Robin Banks featuring Pressa. Pressa is one of the few who actually crossed over to the mainstream American scene, and he's actually living in Cali right now in a nice mansion. His rap career popped off for him, but before all that, he was involved in a case where he allegedly kidnapped 2 drug dealers, moving them around from location to location, holding them for ransom, until eventually forcing them to give each other head in front of everybody. 2 dudes. That's crazy. Now,
that shit's evil. So I want to be doing that shit to my worst enemy, dog. Like, allegedly. But fuck.
Pressa was later cleared of those charges and granted the court's permission to go on tour with Drake out in England. And another rapper got 6 years in Pressa's place for the charge. Now, Pressa's partner Robin Banks, who was in that track that I just showed, he was practically the pioneer for the scene, right? He had the torch early on from 2015, and he kind of started this organic hood label in Driftwood, where he was putting on all the rappers from his area. Robin Banks started getting millions of views, caught the attention of Meek Mill, who really rocked with the movement. Meek Mill and Robin Banks were sending paperwork back and forth. He was about to sign a deal with the Dream Chasers, and to celebrate, he was having a party at a hookah lounge called Cameo, where unfortunately his ops found out about it, infiltrated the party, and shot him up 9 times.
Yo. So this is bigger than any like typical rap beef. This is like some real street shit. And it's always, I don't know, I just like the beefs to keep it rap, you know what I mean? Keep it music. But when some street shit get involved, like it's kind of no going back from there. Like, you know, like he take your homie, you take his homie, y'all go to jail, y'all don't go to jail, y'all kill more people. It's fucked up.
Leaving him in critical condition. Just as this man was about to cross over to the US scene, they orchestrated that hit on him. Now thankfully, Robert Banks is alive, but he's paralyzed from the neck down. And his ops were super disrespectful, posting memes of him in a wheelchair and stuff.
No.
And he's still doing his thing, releasing tracks and of course, pushing the rappers from Driftwood on his label. But the rivals going after Robert Banks like that really escalated the violence in the city. And it made it kind of a trophy for people to target rappers. This was like the first high-profile assassination attempt.
So this what set it off. We're like, oh, okay, we gonna really get some motherfuckers down. And I believe it. He got paralyzed from the waist down. I wouldn't wish that on nobody, man. He's a strong dude for like he's still smiling and rapping and do his thing, man. I don't know, me, if I got paralyzed from the waist down, I feel like my life is over. I'm like, you know what I mean? It's a life I wouldn't want to live. But hey, salute, man. You gotta be a strong motherfucker to do all that.
On a rapper who was about to cross over. Now the next year, the most influential artist out of the country was Smoke Dogg. Now I'm not from Toronto, you don't gotta be from Toronto to know Smoke Dogg. He was getting co-signed by Drake, doing shows in the UK and the US, and he's from the place called Regent Park. Now this is pretty much the trenches, right? It's the lowest income community in the whole city, but it's not very close to Driftwood, and because of that, they didn't really have too much tension back and forth until one summer night at a club in 2018, Smoke Dogg got into a heated argument with a Driftwood rapper by the name of 21 Neat, and this shit escalated quickly, right? They stepped outside where 21 Neat shot and killed Smoke Dogg and his manager. Probably one of the most gruesome after-death videos I've seen of a rapper, right? People were filming him and Smoke Dogg's brain matter was like leaking on the road. It was a wild scene. Now this pretty much gave Regent...
Yo, okay, now I get it. I forgot what song I reacted to yesterday. Was it the top 5 in YG joint where he like referenced it, like put it on Snapchat or something like that? Okay, now I see what he referencing. I believe that's the joint I reacted to where it was something like that. That went over my head because I didn't know the history.
The green light to go after Driftwood as retaliation. And this created a whole bunch of new problems in the city where two neighborhoods that otherwise didn't have too much tension now had maximum levels of tension. And Driftwood didn't really care, like they were welcoming all smoke. Now the Toronto police didn't arrest the rapper 21 Neat for quite some time. They couldn't find him. There were even rumors that he escaped to Somalia, but he eventually got found out all the way out in the west coast of the country near Vancouver, where he was extradited back to Toronto to stand trial for the murder of Smoke Dogg. Now this is when the story gets wild because 21 Neat has a brother who goes by the name of 22 Neat, right? They're both from Driftwood. They're from...
They could have got... I know this is serious, but don't be 21 Neat and 22 Neat. Come on now. You gotta pick a different name if someone's already 21 Neat.
On the same block as Pressa, Robin Banks, they're all homies, which is why it was weird when everyone found out 5 months ago in December of 2019, 22 Neat killed his own homie and fellow rapper on their label named YS. YS had just gotten back from doing a bit in jail, and he was on a bunch of tracks that were getting hundreds of thousands of views, and out of nowhere, the feds found YS's body all the way out on the west coast of the country near Vancouver. And the rumors started circulating that 22 Neat, his own homie, was the one who pulled the trigger. Nobody really knows why.
On some YNW Melly shit, allegedly. That's fucking foul. Like, how you gonna smoke your own homie, your own partner like that? I don't got respect for motherfuckers like that. Nah, that's foul.
He did it, but some people say it was over money. That's not been confirmed. Anyways, 22 Neat knew there would be repercussions, so he fled to a place called Calgary, Alberta. But he didn't last long. They actually found him dead 2 days later as revenge for what he did to the homie YS. Now at this point, the city's in crisis and Driftwood was putting out all this talent, but this horrific stuff kept happening.
Yeah.
30-30.
The next to pop out of the city was this rapper.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Um, so far reacting to this, what it reminds me of is like I want to say like 2014, 2015, like Chicago, where like it was getting fucking hectic up in there. Like all these up and coming rappers, it's bubbling in their city, and then they just be killed like that. A lot over gang beef, rap beef, and this reminds me a lot of that. Man, might be even worse. Like I just didn't know. I didn't know it was that bad. I didn't know niggas was that active in Toronto on some gang shit. Just you know what I mean? Cause okay, like here in California, yeah, there's like a lot of politics, a lot of gang stuff, but you won't see like a LA rapper most of the time diss his ops or nothing. Like he know better, you know what I mean? Cause I'm really trying to think. Like in LA, like it don't happen. Like you don't hear a rapper say smoking on so and so pack or fuck those and fuck your dead homies. Like you don't see that on the track, you know what I mean? So that's why it's a lot different.
Putting out all this talent, but this horrific stuff kept happening.
Yeah, 30-30.
The next to pop out of the city was this rap duo formed by two brothers from Driftwood known as the Talib Twins. They had this track with 5 million views that was scorching hot in the city and in the US as well, before one of the twins eventually got locked up. So the other twin decided to keep the momentum going and kept releasing these fire tracks under the name the Talib Twin. In February of 2020, the Talib Twin was at a condo party on the 32nd floor of an Airbnb rental when two of his ops infiltrated the party and started opening fire. The Talib Twin fired back and managed to kill both of them before he himself died at the scene. And there's a bunch of speculation as to what happened. I mean, you can't make this shit up, right? Like some people say he tripped and shot himself.
So pretty much any person who's bubbling in the city is a fucking target. That's fucked, bro. I forgot someone said it, like being a rapper is one of the most dangerous jobs, like, and people laughed. But it's true, like, especially if you here in Toronto, sounds like if you just bubbling and you just grinding, like you a target. Yeah, you better off once you get a little success, you better move to like LA, New York or something.
But the feds believe he went into another room in the condo and just ended his own life. Like the story's crazy, and the thing with Driftwood and the politics in the city is they beef with so many places that sometimes it's hard to say who is responsible for targeting them. They got a lot of enemies. And then of course, at the end of May, the single biggest name out of Toronto who's not Drake or Tory Lanez or The Weeknd was the rapper Houdini. Now, as I said in my intro, this is a kid who is sitting down with record labels in New York and Los Angeles. He was gonna go places. But unfortunately, as the trend is in the city, Houdini was in the entertainment district of Toronto late in the afternoon. And little did he know, there was a Volkswagen Tiguan that was lying in wait on the east side of a street called Blue Jays Way, which is right where he had to go by. They were waiting for a long time, over 40 minutes. And Houdini was with a 15-year-old boy at the time, and they were making their way down the street. And once they got in range of the Volkswagen, a lone shooter got out of the vehicle and started unloading a bunch of clips in Houdini's direction. There was this little kid who was caught in the crossfire as well as a family. Like this whole thing is...
See, that's foul. See, that shit wouldn't happen like that over here. Like that's an organized hit. Cause also like no matter how deep the beef is, at least over here, no matter how deep the beef is, like if you see someone with a kid or something like that, you just gotta like, hey, do it, press him another day or do something a different day. You know what I mean? A kid or with his family or nothing. That's how most OGs do it, but this is just a fucking hit.
Is on CCTV footage, right? It's heart-wrenching. And they unloaded a bunch of clips into Houdini who got hit and kept running, right? Adrenaline, even if you get wounded mortally, you could still run because you got adrenaline. So he was running with a bunch of bullets in his body and then eventually collapsed and died. And the 15-year-old kid who was with Houdini was also strapped. And he was trying to get off shots back at the assailants, and then his gun jammed, right? Which he got rid of in an alleyway and ran away. Now, Meek Mill, Tory Lanez, and a whole bunch of others took to social media to express their condolences as soon as this happened. And you could see just how much the industry was rocking with Houdini. Like, this was a kid who was about to make it. But just look at Toronto. The city is in shambles right now. Like, the retaliation killings have already been ordered. Houdini's own memorial got shot up in this ridiculous video you can see on YouTube. It's like this drive-by style video where out of the darkness, this car...
What did this Houdini dude do? Like, nigga gotta really hate you. And I guarantee, like, gang shit, whatever he was affiliated with or whatever, it was just because he was popping. I guarantee it's just because he was popping.
Car pulls up, starts opening fire into a crowd. The whole crowd is strapped up, so they immediately start firing back. But this shit is nuts. I know this happens in the States, it's nothing new, but I'm coining Toronto the city of the fallen rappers because
Nah, people don't be shooting up memorials, bro. Like, that's not a States thing, man. That's fucking nuts.
Trend recently of the up-and-coming rappers who are now dead is just unparalleled. Like, you can't compare it. But yeah, man, that's it for this video. Rest in peace to Houdini. Gone but not forgotten. Check out his music when you get a chance. And yeah, man, I'll see you in the next one.
All right, so hey, that was Houdini and the City of Fallen Rappers. So my initial thoughts is like, I don't know how to put into words. I don't want to say I found a newfound respect. I don't think respect is the right word, but like, I feel like I have more of an understanding now of like Toronto hip hop and the politics in Toronto and stuff. You know what I mean? Because I really didn't think it was active like that. I didn't really think niggas were banging. I didn't think people were killing like that. Like, I just think Toronto, I think Canada, I think, oh, everything's good. People are friendly. Shit, y'all been friendly in the comments and shit, putting me on game. But I just had no idea what it was like. So now it definitely gives me a better understanding. You know what I mean? So now when I react to songs, like, I actually get, you know, some of the references they make or get where they're coming from or what city or hood they repping. All right, so it'll make a little more sense now. Um, so let me know, is it still like this video? I believe it was 6 months ago it was uploaded. Has things cooled down at all any right now in 2021 with Toronto, or is it still a little hot? I know I heard of a few beefs, you know what I mean, but bro, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. I just wish. I don't want to sound like that guy, but I just wish everybody would just get along and like keep their beefs on some rap shit and not, you know what I mean, go out and killing people and taking lives, you know what I mean? But this is the world we live in. It seems like there's a bunch of young dudes, you feel me? Like, I don't know if Toronto got some OGs or dudes who've been there. Like, they need some guidance, you know what I mean? But that's all I gotta say. Thank y'all for telling me to react to this. I actually enjoyed it and it helped me get a better understanding, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna react to some more Toronto hip hop since that's what y'all been feeling. So I'm definitely gonna react to more. So just drop a comment what you want me to react to. And yeah, follow me on my socials and hit me up. Hit me up and tell me like I said, someone in my DM hit me. He's like, "Yo, Trey, react to this." So yeah, hit my socials. That's the best way to reach me. And other than that, man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all take it easy. It's my longest video yet. So, all right, ladies.